And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, knights, revenant, the orcs, the high elves, the dark elves, barbarians, lizard men. Oh yeah, I guess you could be here too. Welcome again to our humble dungeon in Gary's mom's house, where today, yes, we're playing Raid Shadow Legends once again in this lovely winter festivity season that we're in. And today we're gonna be taking on something that I was wanting to wait out last time. Today we're gonna be taking on, for the first time, the brand new clan boss, the Chimera. Ooh la la. I'm wondering, am I gonna get my butt handed to myself like the first time I took on the Hydra? Well, guess what? Welcome to the party, and you're about to find out momentarily. Come on over, people, but as you guys know, if you're a new player, we gotta get you hooked up right here, right now. Come on, people. Use that link down below. The magical box of the QRs in the top right-hand corner. And you'll get Rector Draft, Tay-Rail, bunch of amazing goodies to get you up and running. Now, people, I've been trying to do a little bit of research on the Chimera. Again, this is pretty much brand new. The update dropped today, and there's a lot to still learn about this Chimera here. This is basically all I really found that was kind of useful at the moment, where people are asking, Chimera team's on a budget. I refuse to read page after page of skills and try to memorize it all. A wizard in the early training, I understand. He's seeking ancient knowledge from other wizards out there. It is just too much in one boss. But prot gear, I guess protection gear seems helpful. So here's what we have. From what I have seen, you can just ignore everything the boss does and build out tanky teams with lots of protected buffs. But block debuffs is probably one of the most important buffs. So I'm just gonna kind of roll with that. So I have a few characters in mind. Again, I'm gonna be clicking on this for the first time together with you, but you know, we have Loki, of course, who has somewhere in here, this is the block, yeah, block buffs. Okay, seems kind of helpful, right? Also, maybe taking advantage of Pytheon. Of course, we got reses, we have ways to kind of, you know, help out our team, removing debuffs, you know, healing us as well. Rector Draft, hey, if you're a new player, you know, yeah, get yourself Rector Draft. I'm not kidding, I'm always using Rector Draft. And pretty much everything but maybe Arena, but even early game. Arena is great for Rector Draft. You know, we got ways to just keep ourselves as durable as possible. So, I don't know. Let's just get into it. Let's click on that clan boss now. And let's see how my clan's doing. And of course, it's always Ben and Paulie V. They're already kicking butt. And that wasn't, oh my gosh. Well, it's Now I feel like there's pressure on me not to completely suck. Yeah, this is my clan right now. Yeah, 134 million. I guess we can just basically see the teams that people are using as well. That's one thing I like about this. I played raids in other games, not Raid Shadow Legends, but raid type of boss battles and other things, and you can never really tell what people did. This is kind of cool to help people without having to go to third-party resources. See, oh, my clan's doing this. Okay, let me learn from that. It's a very helpful resource. Here we go. This is mostly all the Asgardians and. I'm a bit sad I was on vacation during this. I wish I would have picked up the Asgardians. I wasn't able to complete every single day. Like, this seems like a team I can kind of do. Yeah, 5 million from Nuno, you know, using, not a is that apothecary? I always mix up apothecary and the other burning guy. I use for the spider. I don't know why. Ninja, okay. We have bigger boot cake here. What do we have here? We have ourselves, looks like, what is that? He-Man there. I haven't done much of He-Man or a Skeletor. I'm hoping I can make a video on that. I haven't gotten a chance to get around to it. Some other things. Yeah, look at this. Mostly epics and, you know, rares here from Jams. Yeah, okay. Or that's James, not Jams. Check out the normal tier. This is where we have 100, yeah, Mr. Aluminum. There we go. Yeah. So I like being able to kind of, you know, peek and see what other people are doing, but it looks like our clan is kind of doing okay so far. Yeah, we got the brutal. What do we got to do? Beat the Chimera in the previous. All right, so we're still working on hard mode. I don't know. I'm gonna work my way up. Who knows? It might be like the clan boss or clan boss. I'm basically doing the second highest difficulty. Maybe I'm gonna blow through. It's like, oh wow, this is a little too easy. But we got 2 keys here. What do we need to get some rewards? That was one of my biggest things with Hydra. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't realize you had to hit a certain threshold to even get a reward. And I'm like, man, I'm not getting anything. I'm like, oh shoot, my score sucks so bad. Here we need to at least get 900,000 points minimum if we want to start getting some beautiful drops. And here are those drops here. So we talked a little bit about relics the other day. Of course, we're going to be getting champion fragments of this dude. I actually don't even know what it is. I haven't even looked at his kit yet. We have the ocular masses. We have our star stones. Clan Gold, of course, Clan XP, some rare gemstones, and the basalt, which is used to upgrade the ranks. of your relics, if I recall correctly. Okay. What about the, let's see what the hard mode people are getting. I'm just curious. Let's go guardian chest here. So even more of this stuff. I believe, oh, this is how you craft the relics, right? Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that. I might have to check that out today. I forgot that you have to go to the forge to get even more. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then what do we have here? Epic gemstones, legendary gemstones, more basalt stuff. Okay, well, let's go ahead, click on the easy, and well, let's see what we can do here. Here's what I want to run first. Again, I'm just kind of going into this cold turkey. I'm gonna kind of bring in what I already sort of used for the clan boss and see if that maybe does anything. And you know what? The best benchmark to see how good your team is, well, it's by just throwing it on full auto. So let's go ahead, send it on in. Let's see what this team can do, folks. All right. I'm curious. Oh boy, so look how cool this is. Cool. Super cool. Super cool. Again, you have to admit, for this type of game, the bosses are just, it really is an epic experience fighting these guys. All right, so far off the get-go, 160,000 damage. Holy kit. Look at all these abilities in this top corner here. Oh my gosh, tons and tons of abilities. But while they're cooking here, let's take a look and see what we have here. We have ourselves Baleful Torrent. Place the provoke debuff for 1 turn. The target is less than 50% HP. Place the provoke. So having cleanses seems to be good, right? Also place the, oh, let's speed this up a little bit. There we go. All right, and then also place the 30% decreased speed debuff on all enemies. Pincer Lash attacks all enemies. The damage inflicted by the skill increases by 10% for each debuff on the Chimera. Also place a 30% increased speed buff on the Chimera. So that's probably where the block buff's going to be helpful, right? Okay. I already checked that one. The Pincer Lash. Consume Matter attacks all enemies before attacking. Removes all buffs. Okay, so here's the good news. I'll tell you this. This already feels better than my first attempt at the Hydra. My first attempt at the Hydra, you guys, if you have been watching since I've been making these videos in June, you would know that my Hydra performance is pretty trash. At least this feels good. I'm already at 1.6 mil, so I'm going to be getting some rewards. Nice. The damage inflicted by skill increases by 10% for each buff. What do we have here? I already got that. Unholy Metamorph transforms the Chimera into either its Ram, Lion, or Viper form. Also removes all buffs and debuffs from the Chimera. There's the transformation. Perfect timing. So this looks like the Ram. I'm guessing this is the Ram that we're into right now. Okay. What do we have here? Lock Horns. When Chimera is under fear or true fear debuff, damage reduction from the duel does not activate. Decrease the chance of fear and true fear debuff activate on the Chimera by 25%. Increase the Chimera's terminated by 50% whenever a skill of the Chimera's does not activate because of fear. True fear, movement, and true fear. All right, so a lot of anti-fear stuff that we have going on here. All right, what else we got? One attack reflects 25% of damage the Chimera sees back to attack, so kind of like a Geomancer type of thing, huh? And then what do we have? Ignores 50% of the target's defense when attacking enemy under taunt, veil, or perfect veil. I mean, we have taunts and or not taunts, we have veils going on. I think it looks like we're hanging in there. And then when receiving any debuffs, instantly transfer. Oh, and we're transforming. Really cool. Really cool. Pretty sick. And then here we go. And then this right here, for every 3 trials completed. Oh, you didn't even look at the trials yet. The Chimera's alt form will receive the following bonuses. All right, so where are those trials here? And there's all the general stuff. You know, they're immune to this, immune to that. Yeah. All right, where are the trials? This right here are the trials. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, I see. So we've done no trials at the moment here. Damage the Chimera while it's under fear or true fear debuff. Do I have any fear or true fear? I think I have some of the fear or true fear somewhere. Place 2 unique debuffs on the Chimera within 5 of its turns while your champions are under increased accuracy buff. All right, so this is something good to know going into before. And then damage the Chimera within 3 of its turns while it's under decreased defense debuff, and your champions are under perfect veil. Okay, within 3 of its turns while it's under a decreased defense debuff, and your champions are under perfect veil. Interesting. We have the Lion form here. Damage the Chimera while it's under 1 or more debuffs. Okay, is that the... Oh, no, it's different. Okay, then damage the Chimera within 3 of its turns while your champions are under 5 unique buffs. Will now count damage from form skills. Oh, right. And then damage the Chimera while it's under a leech debuff. Then we have the Viper here. So currently we're in the lines. That's how we see what stance we're in. So yeah, there's the line right there. All right, pull up the trials again. Okay, the Viper form is showing... I've made 0 progress towards any of this. Well, I didn't know. I forgot about the trials when going into, again, cold turkey for the first time. Damage the Chimera while we're in Viper form. Well, it's under block active skills. So I have a blocked active skills thing. So we haven't seen the Viper yet. I think we were in ram form. Now we're in line form. So maybe we'll make some progress towards this. Damage to Chimera, poison debuffs. So that might be why we saw some Kale. Kale's got poison. So when you have the Viper, cool. Damage to Chimera within 3 of its turns while it's under a decreased attack debuff. And your champion's under increased speed buff. Interesting. I mean, we're so far hanging in there. Again, this feels way better. But again, we want those multipliers, right? I think that's what we're looking for. We want to get those multipliers online. No, actually, I think the multiplier, that's when you go to the higher tiers, right? It changes up. But when you do all this, yeah, there you go. It shows you what debuffs or buffs you need. We get these extra masses here, which when I did my first look at relics, I was like, oh man, how do I get more of these? I think it's just with a Chimera, which is true, but I forgot about the crafting system at the forge. But yeah, but look at this. I think I maybe went too low of a tier. So this kind of makes me believe, I mean, I can't remember what the highest tier was, but I guess if I can hit close to the highest tier, that's basically telling me get to the next. And that's basically how I figured out my progression for the clan boss. I would go in, it's like, all right, okay, let's go up a tier. I'm already killing it. I just need to go up to a higher tier to help out my clan. So my clan's trying to take, I think, the hard one, right? They did easy, normal. They're working on hard. So maybe what I got to do, we might run this one more time, but this actually seems like it goes on for quite a bit. It seems like, yeah, we're already 5.5 minutes into it, but again, better than getting my butt kicked in 30 seconds. And like, wow, I'll be straight with you guys. I feel like I never really made any material improvement. I mean, I made some improvement, right? I went from like 50,000 points to, you know, I get like 3-4 million. So progress, right? But I still feel like I haven't mastered it. Like clan boss, I'm close to mastering it. I just haven't done the ultra nightmare, whatever the highest tier was at that point. But here, it feels good that I'm already doing some pretty solid work, and I can maybe move to something a little bit higher than the normal tier. Here we go. Is this the Viper? Now we're in the Viper stance. So here's where I want to pay attention to things here. So let's see, where's that thing at here? So that's the Viper. So I'm hoping we should have the block active skills. So this is where we're gonna need Loki to do this. But I can't remember if Loki can ooh, yeesh. That's we're getting locked in right now. I can't remember if Loki can apply it on the actual bosses themselves. Let's see. So all right, we're getting a little bit of a butt kicking right now. There we go. Got the cleanse. There we go. Python looks to be banger in this right now. I'm liking what Python's doing. There we go. Give me some big hits. 10.7 million. Increase our attack. We have the attack down on them. There we go. We got some burns going on. Okay, do the thing. Loki, do the little. Come on, do the thing. Come on, Loki. I think he's got to have it coming up here, right? Yeah, it didn't do anything. I can't remember if Loki can apply that exact debuff that we're hoping for here. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm super impressed by this. Exceeded my expectations. Generally, when all my times fighting a new boss, for the most part, I go in, it's like, oh man, I got my butt handed to myself. Not even just this game, but even some other games. Like, man, it's like, for those that have been around for a while, remember like the challenge Rancor raid? Everyone pretty much had their butt kind of handed to them. Then, you know, we kind of got into a groove, but it's nice that you kind of have a way to get yourself involved without feeling like, man, I suck at this game. It's not a good feeling. You want that gradual improvement that we have. 12 million. I mean, shoot, I'm putting up basically almost as high as my clan boss score that I do on the highest tier, second highest tier, the nightmare, whatever it's called here. But yeah, so man, like, are we gonna go down anytime soon? Oh, but I forgot in the trailer they mentioned they have some sort of turn count. So basically, so it doesn't go on forever. This makes a lot more sense now. Did I get my block active skills? Did we finally get it? Is that the right one? Block buffs, or is that the right challenge we got to do here? Let's see. Oh, but he's not in Viper form anymore. That sucks. So yeah, right now we have made 0 progress, but I'm gonna try to keep that in mind moving forward. But anyways, it makes a lot more sense now. Why in that trailer they're like, oh yeah, there's gonna be a turn counter. Because as I said in Hydra, I didn't need a turn counter. I was done like in 5 seconds, it felt like. But here, we're going on 10 minutes. And you might be wondering, Arnold, how do I get a hold of this? Do I need to get into Gary's mom basement dungeon? No, I'm gonna help you get into raid without worrying about the Gary's mom's dungeon part. All you gotta do, if you want to check out this new Chimera, use that link down below. Let's get you Tayrel. And as you can see as well, I'm using Rector Drat still, and she is getting work done. Please, 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 if you're a new player, you need to get a hold of this right here, right now. Rector Drath is going to be doing some heavy lifting for you here. just like we're seeing right now. And actually, she's stunned at the moment, but she's hanging in there. She's doing work. 15 million. My, oh my. Jeez. Yeah, we're holding it. I feel a little disappointed here. Your current damage multiplier will increase by 0.5 based on the number of in-battle trials completed. Your current multiplier will affect the damage dealt after the multiplier increase. Oh boy. So yeah, we're leaving a lot of damage on the table. Love this. Love the whole transformation thing. Super, super cool. Super cool. 41 out of 65. We're kind of hanging in. There we go. Rector Draft getting me a solid heal. Look at Ninja slicing and dicing right now. Man, I'm feeling like if we got almost 16 mil in roughly half the turns that we got going on right now, I'm looking at what, maybe close to 30 million score. So I feel like I kind of overkilled this right now. Yeah, I feel like all this damage, my guild would probably rather have me get a fraction of it on something a little bit higher to kind of move us closer and closer and closer to that next crate, or not that next challenge that we got to do for the Chimera. But man, look at this. Yeah, we're hanging in there. I'm curious to see how much damage Geomancer's got. I maybe came in really tanky. Shoot. Yeah, I mean, Python and Rector Drat, they're keeping me alive, man. My gosh, I'm curious. Let me see if I can find, let's see if I can find a guide while I'm here for some more tips. I mean, I feel like I already kind of, just that little blurb on Reddit kind of told me what I needed. And that's the beauty about the internet. You can just find like just a quick 2-second snippet on what you need. Let me see if Hell Hades has anything on this yet. I actually did not check and see if he had something going on. Let's see. We have ourselves the Chimera Clash Rewards requirement, Chimera Rewards breakdown. It looks like even Hell Hades does not have any sort of like guide in terms of what you'd probably want to be using here. We have ourselves trials breakdowns. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think, yeah, we already kind of figured that trial stuff out right now. Yeah. Missing out on all that fun jazz here. What do we got here? Chimera Clash Rewards requirements. Let's see, anything they have on this page? No, that's just all the rewards, basically kind of what we already broke down here. And then let's see, the most recent stuff we have is just more rewards breakdown. Yeah, here, we'll take a, here. Let me take a peek at this. So this, here's what we got. Let's go ahead and stretch this baby out here. And let's see if we have some info where we're at. So where are we at? So we are doing the novice version. Okay. So we are going to probably easily hit. Yeah, we're blowing past the highest chest I can get in this novice here. So, hey, I'm the best. I'm the best. Yeah. Okay. Normal mode. Again, I don't really know what the scale is going to be, but if I'm going to be getting 30 million, it feels like I might be able to hit the max chest in normal too. And then the hard mode, you know, who's to say, you know, I'm assuming I'm going to get half the damage in normal and then maybe half of what I can get in normal and hard mode. So maybe we're looking at something more like 8 million potentially. So but here, you got to keep in mind, you need to make sure you hit somewhere around that 8 million threshold because you need 4.5 to 7.2 million damage just to get the entry level chest for the hard mode. So again, basically I'm going to do, I'm probably not going to take more of your guys' time. I did not realize these battles are gonna take a long time. Luckily, it's 2 times a week. This seems to be one of those things I'm gonna be able to just basically throw in the auto, leave in the background, sort of like a multi-sim type of thing where you just kind of, you know, let it run in the background, do its thing, and kind of walk away. Seems to be sort of hands off right now. You just put in a team that seems to be pretty durable, let them do their cooking, and then you're gonna be good looking here. Yeah, we're still at 10 turns. Yeah, we're creeping in. We're creeping in on that 30 million right now. Yeah, I want to get the 30 million, even though it's massive overkill. Again, the Hydra raid, man, that thing kind of burned me. It was like, oh, you kind of got me a little scared to engage with this. But yeah, I think this is a good thing because if you're going to add a new piece of content like this, the Chimera, you want to have these different tiers so everybody can feel like they can participate at some extent. You know, it's going to reward the early game players, the free-to-play players, and then of course it's going to give rewards for Krakens and whales who want to go above and beyond. They can kind of go for the higher challenges immediately while everyone else kind of builds their way up to it. So it's nice that they give us that, whereas, yeah, I'll be honest, the Hydra didn't really feel as good. The clan boss felt fine. Coming in as a new player, I was able to kind of quickly, you know, move up and feel like I was actually making some impact on the first tier. And then this kind of feels a little bit more in line with my initial experience of clan boss. But to be fair, I built up some fairly good characters. I mean, again, we've been playing this game nonstop since June. of this year. And, you know, we got some pretty good stuff here. You know, Python, you know, we got lucky we pulled him, and Geomancer as well. But, you know, I guess all these other guys are pretty much easy to get. Well, Ninja you can't even get anymore. So I'm curious for you guys. If you're someone a little bit newer, maybe somewhere around the neck of my woods, of my account, I can see the end game people are doing well. Oh, we got a trial done. I want to hear your thoughts, though, on how you're feeling about this, whole entire new system here. Would love to hear it. So it looks like we made some progress on the Viper. Oh, we did. Look at that. So there we go. We are actually making progress. And there you go. We have the block debuffs on the block buffs, HP burn. Awesome. So unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to be able to get back into that Viper form anytime soon because, oh, we did the first tier. Hey, look at that. So we did the first tier and our multiplier went up. So there we go. We made at least some mild amount of progress here. And we were making progress on this, the tier 1 normal. And then there's a hard version as well. Okay. 24 million. You got 2 more turns. Oh, it looks like it might be coming close. All right. 20. I'll be a little bit more conservative here. 26 million. Make it happen. Make it. But look, I don't think I lost a single character. Python and Rector Draft were keeping the teal healed, cleansed up. Yes, I'm not feeling too concerned about that. I think the team I have is a good starting point. And I think really the main thing is going to be trying to maximize your run. And it just runs away. Look at that. Wow, 25 million. Look at that. Geomancer coming in with, what is that? 7 million damage. Ninja going overtime, 14.5 million. Wow, so Ninja basically, yeah, took over half of that. Loki did some work, and then these guys, look at the healing. People, do I need to convince you if you haven't played Raid to get Rector Draft? Look at it. She did better than my legendary. Both in both of these two categories. The blue category, I always forget what that means. And the green is for healing. She did more healing than Python. My gosh, we're going to, for now, keep the result just so I have my starting baseline. And then we also have the bonus rewards. I think that was for completing that one trial. And then we exit. And let me see here. Look at that. I'm actually kind of, I'm actually in the top of the people who did the easy stuff here. So, all right. So we're going to definitely easily get this warrior chest when you get over 4.15 million. And we'll be getting, yeah, some of these materials here. Yeah, we'll get the star stones. We'll get some of these ocular masses and clan XP. Yeah. I gotta say, I know it's kind of early. We're doing a little clash right now. Oh, let's check this out.
Here, your clan and 4 others will compete to deal as much
so basically
damage
the
as
Hydra
possible
clash.
to Chimera, to multiply their result, and to win powerful rewards.
All right.
The Chimera Clash is held every week and is connected to the Chimera's weekly cycle.
All right.
Fight the Chimera to earn clash points. The higher the difficulty and the more trials you complete
it's the Hydra
the
Clash,
battle,
more or less,
the
right?
higher
Just
the
different
clash
rewards, I'm
points
guessing.
Multiplier for the given battle. You'll need to work together as a clan.
Yeah. Okay,
Only
top 3 will
those
get
clans
rewards.
that
If your clan
finish in
plays
the
top 3,
will get rewards.
Okay.
If you're
All right. So, yeah, basically the same as before here. So currently it looks like we are number 2. Holla. Heck yeah. That's how we do things around here. But we're going to look, but we're missing out on a lot of keys. So if you're inside of the Gary's Legion, we need to get those keys being spent. Yes, I think we can easily close this with 15 more key cards or keys or whatever. Let's see. So yeah, Pauly V. Yeah. So even myself, I feel like I could just, so I'm curious, where do I stand here? So did I get my 25 million added already? It looks like it has not added yet. Maybe it takes like a little bit to kind of refresh and get it there. Yeah, it's showing right now I done none, but hey, we done 25 million. We have the proof in the pudding here. And then let's say we don't close that gap for whatever reason. What do we get here? Okay, some more basalts. And let's see, that was the highest one. Then what do you get here at the highest first place here? All right, so just more additional words. So again, pretty much like the Hydra Clash. So it's kind of cool. So of course you're working internally to get the highest score possible, but you're kind of also fighting another clan, you know, in this race to the finish line and getting the most points. It's kind of fun. I want to get your guys' opinion on all this, how you're feeling about it. It was fun. It's nice to feel like I'm at a good starting point. I got room to grow into these other tiers, and I'm going to see if I can take care of these higher tiers as we move forward. But I think the biggest thing that I'm learning, doing it for the first time, trying to get maximized on the trials and seeing the trials. Now, I believe the trials stay consistent. Don't hold me to the fire on that one. But I think the trials stay consistent. And that way you can start kind of building teams to maximize. I think that's going to be the real challenge. Of course, getting a bigger score, but also getting more rewards if you got to do this 2 times every single week. But anyways, it's time for you guys to let me know your thoughts are down below. And in case you weren't convinced that Rector Draft is bang-a-laying inside of this Hydra, or not the Hydra, the Chimera, Let me get you hooked up. New players, scan the mystical box of the QR in the top right-hand corner. Use the link down below. Let's get you Tayrell, some amazing champions to start you off with. And then, of course, Rector Drath and a bunch of other goodies. Not sure how Tayrell is going to work in this clan, or this clan boss that we just got, or this new boss in general, whatever you want to call it. But nonetheless, people, sit back, relax. Hopefully, Gary's mom brings down those hot pockets eventually. But if she doesn't, always remember, it's great to be in the Empire. Today.